Act 2 of Androcles and the Lion by George Bernard Shaw. This is a LibreVox recording. All LibreVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibreVox.org. Behind the Emperor's box at the Colosseum, where the performers assemble before entering the arena, in the middle a wide passage leading to the arena descends from the floor level under the Imperial box. On both sides of this passage steps ascend to a landing at the back entrance to the box. The landing forms a bridge across the passage. At the entrance to the passage are two bronze mirrors, one on each side. On the west side of this passage, on the right hand of anyone coming from the box and standing on the bridge, the martyrs are sitting on the steps. Lavinia is seated halfway up, thoughtful, trying to look death in the face. On her left, Androcles consoles himself by nursing a cat. Ferrovius stands behind them, his eyes blazing, his figure stiff with intense resolution. At the foot of the steps crouches Spintho, with his head clutched in his hands, full of horror at the approach of martyrdom. On the east side of the passage the gladiators are standing and sitting at ease, waiting, like the Christians, for their turn in the arena. One, Retiarius, is a nearly naked man with a net and a trident. Another, Secutor, is in armour with a sword. He carries a helmet with a barred visor. The editor of the gladiators sits on a chair a little apart from them. The call boy enters from the passage.
Number 6, Retiarius versus Secutor.
The gladiator with the net picks it up. The gladiator with the helmet puts it on, and the two go into the arena. The net thrower taking out a little brush and arranging his hair as he goes. The other tightening his straps and shaking his shoulders loose. Both look at themselves in the mirrors before they enter the passage.
Will they really kill one another?
Yes, if the people turn down their thumbs.
You know nothing about it. The people, indeed. Do you suppose we would kill a man worth perhaps 50 talents to please the riffraff? I should like to catch any of my men at it.
I thought...
You thought? Who cares what you think? You will be killed all right enough.
Spintho groans and again hides his face.
Oh, then is nobody ever killed except us poor...
Christians?
If the Vestal Virgins turn down their thumbs, that's another matter. They're ladies of rank.
Does the Emperor ever interfere?
Oh yes. He turns his thumbs up fast enough if the Vestal Virgins want to have one of his pet fighting men killed.
But don't they ever just pretend to kill one another? Why shouldn't you pretend to die and get dragged out as if you were dead, and then get up and go home like an actor?
See here, you want to know too much. There will be no pretending about the new lion. Let that be enough for you. He's hungry.
Oh, Lord! Can't you stop talking about it? Isn't it bad enough for us without that?
I'm glad he's hungry. Not that I want him to suffer, poor chap, but then he'll enjoy eating me so much more. There's a cheerful side to everything.
The editor, rising and striding over to Androcles.
Here, don't you be obstinate. Come with me and drop the pinch of incense on the altar. That's all you need do to be let off.
No, thank you very much indeed. I really mustn't.
What, not to save your life?
I'd rather not. I couldn't sacrifice to Diana. She's an huntress, you know, and kills things.
That don't matter. You can choose your own altar. Sacrifice to Jupiter. He likes animals. He turns himself into an animal when he goes off duty.
No, it's very kind of you, but I feel I can't save myself that way.
But I don't ask you to do it to save yourself. I ask you to do it to oblige me, personally.
Androcles, scrambling up in the greatest agitation.
Oh, please don't say that. That is dreadful. You mean so kindly by me that it seems quite horrible to disoblige you. If you could arrange for me to sacrifice when there's nobody looking, I shouldn't mind. But I must go into the arena with the rest. My honour, you know.
Honour? The honour of a tailor?
Well, perhaps honour is too strong an expression. Still, you know, I couldn't allow the tailors to get a bad name through me.
How much will you remember of all that when you smell the beast's breath and see his jaws opening to tear out your throat?
Spintho, rising with a yell of terror.
Ah! I can't bear it! Where's the altar? I'll sacrifice!
Dog of an apostate. Iscariot.
I'll repent afterwards. I fully mean to die in the arena. I'll die a martyr and go to heaven. But not this time. Not now. Not until my nerves are better. Besides, I'm too young. I want to have just one more good time.
The gladiators laugh at him.
Oh, will no one tell me where the altar is?
He dashes into the passage and vanishes. Androcles, to the editor, pointing after Spintho.
Brother, I can't do that. Not even to oblige you. Don't ask me.
Well, if you're determined to die, I can't help you. But I wouldn't be put off by a swine like that.
Peace, peace, tempt him not. Get thee behind him, Satan.
The editor, flushing with rage.
For 2 pins I take a turn in the arena myself today, and pay you out for daring to talk to me like that.
Ferovius springs forward. Lavinia, rising quickly and interposing.
Brother, you forget.
Ferovius, curbing himself by a mighty effort.
Oh, my temper, my wicked temper.
To the editor, as Lavinia sits down again, reassured.
Forgive me, brother. My heart was full of wrath. I should have been thinking of your dear precious soul.
Yeah.
He turns his back on Ferovius contemptuously and goes back to his seat.
And I forgot it all. I thought of nothing but offering to fight you with one hand tied behind me.
The editor, turning pugnaciously.
What?
Ferovius, on the borderline between zeal and ferocity.
Oh, don't give way to pride and wrath, brother. I could do it so easily. I could...
They are separated by the menagerie keeper, who rushes in from the passage, furious.
Here's a nice business. Who let that Christian out of here down to the dens when we were changing the lion into the cage next the arena?
Nobody let him. He let himself.
Well, the lions ate him.
Consternation. The Christians rise, greatly agitated. The gladiators sit callously, but are highly amused. All speak or cry out or laugh at once. Tumult.
Oh,
Just
poor
walked
wretch.
into it, he did.
The apostate.
The poor beast was starving. Couldn't help itself.
Serve the rotter right.
Now his appetite's taken off. He won't as much as look at another Christian for a week.
Couldn't you have saved him, brother?
Saved him? Saved him from a lion that I'd just got mad with hunger? A wild one that came out of the forest not 4 weeks ago? He bolted him before you could say Balbus.
Lavinia, sitting down again.
Poor Spintho. And it won't even count as martyrdom.
Serve him right. What call had he to walk down the throat of one of my lions before he was asked?
Perhaps the lion won't eat me now.
Yes, that's just like a Christian. Think only of yourself. What am I to do? What am I to say to the Emperor when he sees one of my lions coming into the arena half asleep?
Say nothing. Give your old lion some bitters and a morsel of fried fish to wake up his appetite.
Yes, it's easy for you to talk, but...
The editor, scrambling to his feet.
Shh! Attention there, the Emperor!
The keeper bolts precipitately into the passage. The gladiators rise smartly and form into line. The Emperor enters on the Christians' side, conversing with Metellus, and followed by his suite.
Hail, Caesar! Those about to die salute thee.
Good morrow, friends.
Metellus shakes hands with the editor, who accepts his condescension with bluff respect.
Blessings, Caesar, and forgiveness.
The Emperor, turning in some surprise at the salutation.
There is no forgiveness for Christianity.
I did not mean that, Caesar. I mean that we forgive you.
An inconceivable liberty! Do you not know, woman, that the Emperor can do no wrong, and therefore cannot be forgiven?
I expect the Emperor knows better. Anyhow, we forgive him.
Amen. Metellus, you see now the disadvantage of too much severity. These people have no hope. Therefore they have nothing to restrain them from saying what they like to me. They are almost as impertinent as the gladiators. Which is the Greek sorcerer?
Androcles, humbly touching his forelock.
Me, your worship?
My worship. Good. A new title. Well, what miracles can you perform?
I can cure warts by rubbing them with my tailor's chalk, and I can live with my wife without beating her.
Is that all?
You don't know her, Caesar, or you wouldn't say that.
Ah, well, my friend, we shall no doubt contrive a happy release for you. Which is Ferrovius?
I am he.
They tell me you can fight.
It is easy to fight. I can die, Caesar.
Well, that is easier still, is it not?
Not to me, Caesar. Death comes hard to my flesh, and fighting comes very easily to my spirit.
Beating his breast and lamenting.
Oh, sinner that I am!
He throws himself down on the steps, deeply discouraged.
Metellus, I should like to have this man in the Praetorian Guard.
I should not, Caesar. He looks a spoil sport. There are men in whose presence it is impossible to have any fun. Men who are a sort of walking conscience. He would make us all uncomfortable.
For that reason, perhaps, it might be well to have him. An emperor can hardly have too many consciences. Listen, Ferrovius.
Ferrovius shakes his head and will not look up.
You and your friends shall not be outnumbered today in the arena. You shall have arms, and there will be no more than one gladiator to each Christian. If you come out of the arena alive, I will consider favourably any request of yours, and give you a place in the Praetorian Guard. Even if the request be that no questions be asked about your faith, I shall perhaps not refuse it.
I will not fight. I will die. Better stand with the archangels than with the Praetorian Guard.
I cannot believe that the archangels, whoever they may be, would not prefer to be recruited from the Praetorian Guard. However, as you please. Come, let us see the show.
As the court ascends the steps, Secutor and the Retiarius return from the arena through the passage, Secutor covered with dust and very angry, Retiarius grinning.
Ha! The Emperor! Now we shall see. Caesar, I ask you whether it is fair for the Retiarius, instead of making a fair throw of his net at me, to swish it along the ground and throw the dust in my eyes, and then catch me when I'm blinded. If the Vestals had not turned up their thumbs, I should have been a dead man.
The Emperor, halting on the stair.
There is nothing in the rules against it.
Secutor, indignantly.
Caesar, is it a dirty trick, or is it not?
It is a dusty one, my friend.
Obsequious laughter.
Be on your guard next time.
Let him be on his guard. Next time I'll throw my sword at his heels and strangle him with his own net before he can hop off.
To Retiarius.
You see if I don't.
He goes out past the gladiators, sulky and furious. The Emperor, to the chuckling Retiarius.
These tricks are not wise, my friend. The audience likes to see a dead man in all his beauty and splendour. If you smudge his face and spoil his armour, they will show their displeasure by not letting you kill him. And when your turn comes, they will remember it against you and turn their thumbs down.
Perhaps that is why I did it, Caesar. He bet me 10 sesterces that you would vanquish me. If I had had to kill him, I should not have had the money.
The Emperor, indulgent, laughing.
You rogues, there is no end to your tricks. I'll dismiss you all and have elephants to fight. They fight fairly.
He goes up to his box and knocks at it. It is opened from within by the captain, who stands as on parade to let him pass. The call boy comes from the passage, followed by 3 attendants carrying respectively a bundle of swords, some helmets, and some breastplates and pieces of armour which they throw down in a heap.
By your leave, Caesar. Number 11. Gladiators and Christians.
Frovius springs up, ready for martyrdom. The other Christians take the summons as best they can, some joyful and brave, some patient and dignified, some tearful and helpless, some embracing one another with emotion. The call boy goes back into the passage. The Emperor, turning at the door of the box.
The hour has come, Frovius. I shall go into my box and see you killed, since you scorn the Praetorian Guard.
He goes into the box. The captain shuts the door, remaining inside with the Emperor. Metellus and the rest of the suite disperse to their seats. The Christians, led by Frovius, move towards the passage.
Farewell.
Steady there, you Christians have got to fight. Here, arm yourselves.
Frovius, picking up a sword.
I'll die sword in hand, to show people that I could fight if it were my master's will, and that I could kill the man who kills me, if I choose.
Put on that armour.
No armour.
Do what you're told. Put on that armour.
Frovius, gripping the sword and looking dangerous.
I said no armour.
And what am I to say when I'm accused of sending a naked man in to fight my men in armour?
Say your prayers, brother. Have no fear of the princess of this world.
You obstinate fool.
He bites his lips irresolutely, not knowing exactly what to do.
Farewell, brother, till we meet in the suite by and by.
You are going too. Take a sword there and put on any armour you can find to fit you.
No, really, I can't fight. I never could. I can't bring myself to dislike anyone enough. I am to be thrown to the lions with a lady.
Then get out of the way and hold your noise.
Androcles steps aside with cheerful docility.
Now then, are you all ready there?
A trumpet is heard from the arena. Frovius, starting convulsively.
Heaven give me strength.
Ah, that frightens you, does it?
Man, there is no terror like the terror of that sound to me. When I hear a trumpet, or a drum, or the clash of steel, or the hum of the catapult, and the great stone flies, fire runs through my veins. I feel my blood surge up hot behind my eyes. I must charge. I must strike. I must conquer. Caesar himself will not be safe in his imperial seat if once that spirit gets loose in me. Oh, brothers, pray, exhort me, remind me that if I raise my sword my honour falls, and my master is crucified afresh.
Just keep thinking how cruelly you might hurt the poor gladiators.
It does not hurt a man to kill him.
Nothing but faith can save you.
Faith? Which faith? There are 2 faiths. There is our faith, and there is the warrior's faith. The faith in fighting, the faith that sees God in the sword. How if that faith should overwhelm me?
You will find your real faith in the hour of trial.
That is what I fear. I know that I am a fighter. How can I feel sure that I am a Christian?
Throw away the sword, brother.
I cannot. It cleaves to my hand. I could as easily throw a woman I loved from my arms. Who spoke that blasphemy? Not I.
I can't help you, friend. I can't tell you not to save your own life. Something willful in me wants to see you fight your way into heaven.
Ah!
But if you are going to give up our faith, brother, why not do it without hurting anybody? Don't fight them. Burn the incense.
Burn the incense? Never.
That is only pride, Ferrovius.
Only pride. What is nobler than pride?
Conscience stricken.
Oh, I am steeped in sin. I'm proud of my pride.
They say we Christians are the proudest devils on earth, that only the weak are meek. Oh, I am worse than you. I ought to send you to death, and I am tempting you.
Brother, let them rage and kill. Let us be brave and suffer. You must go as a lamb to the slaughter.
Aye, that is right. Not as lamb is slain by the butcher, but as a butcher might let himself be slain by a...
Looking at the editor.
By a silly ram whose head he could fetch off in one twist.
Before the editor can retort, the callboy rushes up through the passage, and the captain comes from the Emperor's box and descends the steps.
In with you! Into the arena! The stage is waiting.
The Emperor is waiting. What are you dreaming of, man? Send your men in at once.
Yes, sir, it's these Christians hanging back.
Liar!
The editor, not heeding him.
March!
The gladiators told off to fight with the Christians marched down the passage.
Follow up there, you!
The Christian men and women, as they part.
Be steadfast, brother.
Farewell. Be steadfast,
Hold up
brother.
the faith, brother.
Farewell.
Go
Be
to
steadfast,
glory,
brother.
dearest.
Hold up the faith.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Remember, we are praying
Farewell.
for
Hold
you.
up the faith,
Farewell.
brother.
Be strong,
Go to
brother.
glory,
Farewell.
Go
Don't
to
forget
glory,
that the
dearest.
divine love and
Farewell.
our love
Remember,
surround you.
we are praying
Nothing can
for
hurt
you.
you. Remember that,
Farewell.
brother.
Farewell.
Eternal
strong,
glory,
brother.
dearest.
Strong,
Farewell.
Don't forget that the divine love and
Hold
our
up
love
the
surround
faith,
you.
brother.
Farewell.
Go to glory,
Nothing can
dearest.
hurt you.
Farewell.
Remember that,
Remember,
brother.
we are praying
Farewell.
for you. Farewell. Be strong,
Eternal
brother.
glory,
Farewell.
dearest.
Don't forget
Farewell.
that the divine love and our love surround
Eternal
you.
glory,
Nothing can
dearest.
hurt you. Remember that,
Farewell.
brother.
Farewell.
Eternal glory, dearest.
Farewell.
The editor, out of patience.
Shove them in, there!
The remaining gladiators and the callboy make a movement towards them. Ferrovius, interposing.
Touch them, dogs, and we die here and cheat the heathen of their spectacle.
To his fellow Christians.
Brothers, the great moment has come. That passage is your heel to Calvary. Mount it bravely, but meekly. And remember, not a word of reproach, not a blow, nor a struggle. Go.
They go out through the passage. He turns to Lavinia.
Farewell.
You forget. I must follow before you are cold.
It is true. Do not envy me because I pass before you to glory.
He goes through the passage. The editor, to the callboy.
Sickening work, this. Why can't they all be thrown into the lions? It's not a man's job.
He throws himself moodily into his chair. The remaining gladiators go back to their former places indifferently. The callboy shrugs his shoulders and squats down at the entrance to the passage, near the editor. Lavinia and the Christian women sit down again, wrung with grief, some weeping silently, some praying, some calm and steadfast. Androcles sits down at Lavinia's feet. The captain stands on the stairs, watching her curiously.
I'm glad I haven't to fight. That would really be an awful martyrdom. I am lucky.
Lavinia, looking at him with a pang of remorse.
Androcles, burn the incense. You'll be forgiven. Let my death atone for both. I feel as if I were killing you.
Don't think of me, sister. Think of yourself. That will keep your heart up.
Lavinia, startled. She had forgotten his presence.
Are you there, handsome captain? Have you come to see me die?
The captain, coming to her side.
I am on duty with the Emperor, Lavinia.
Is it part of your duty to laugh at us?
No, that is part of my private pleasure. Your friend here is a humorist. I laughed at his telling you to think of yourself, to keep up your heart. I say, think of yourself, and burn the incense.
He is not a humorist. He was right. You ought to know that, Captain. You have been face to face with death.
Not with a certain death, Lavinia. Only death in battle, which spares more men than death in bed. What you are facing is certain death. You have nothing left now but your faith in this craze of yours, this Christianity. Are your Christian fairy stories any truer than our stories about Jupiter and Diana, in which I may tell you I believe no more than the Emperor does, or any educated man in Rome?
Captain, all that seems nothing to me now. I'll not say that death is a terrible thing, but I will say that it is so real a thing that when it comes close, all the imaginary things, all the stories, as you call them, fade into mere dreams beside that inexorable reality. I know now that I am not dying for stories or dreams. Did you hear of the dreadful thing that happened here while we were waiting?
I heard that one of your fellows bolted and ran straight into the jaws of the lion. I laughed. I still laugh.
Then don't you understand what that meant?
It meant that the lion had a cur for his breakfast.
It meant more than that, Captain. It meant that a man cannot die for a story and a dream. None of us believed the stories and the dreams more devoutly than poor Spintho. But he could not face the great reality. What he would have called my faith has been oozing away minute by minute whilst I've been sitting here, with death coming nearer and nearer, with reality becoming realer and realer, with stories and dreams fading away into nothing.
Are you then going to die for nothing?
Yes, that is the wonderful thing. It is since all the stories and dreams have gone that I have now no doubt at all that I must die for something greater than dreams or stories.
But for what?
I don't know. If it were for anything small enough to know, it would be too small to die for. I think I'm going to die for God. Nothing else is real enough to die for.
What is God?
When we know that, Captain, we shall be gods ourselves.
Lavinia, come down to earth. Burn the incense and marry me.
Handsome Captain, would you marry me if I hauled down the flag in the day of battle and burnt the incense? Sons take after their mothers, you know. Do you want your son to be a coward?
My great Diana, I think I would strangle you if you gave in now.
Lavinia, putting her hand on the head of Androcles.
The hand of God is on us three, Captain.
What nonsense it all is. And what a monstrous thing that you should die for such nonsense, and that I should look on helplessly while my whole soul cries out against it. Die then if you must. But at least I can cut the Emperor's throat, and then my own when I see your blood.
The Emperor throws open the door of his box angrily, and appears in wrath on the threshold. The editor, the callboy, and the gladiators spring to their feet.
The Christians will not fight, and your curs cannot get their blood up to attack them. It's all that fellow with the blazing eyes. Send for the whip.
The callboy rushes out on the east side for the whip.
If that will not move them, bring the hot irons. The man is like a mountain.
He returns angrily into the box and slams the door. The callboy returns with a man in a hideous Etruscan mask, carrying a whip. They both rush down the passage into the arena. Lavinia, rising.
Oh, that is unworthy! Can they not kill him without dishonouring him?
Androcles, scrambling to his feet and running into the middle of the space between the staircases.
It's dreadful. Now I want to fight. I can't bear the sight of a whip. The only time I ever hit a man was when he lashed an old horse with a whip. It was terrible. I danced on his face when he was on the ground. He mustn't strike Ferrovius. I'll go into the arena and kill him first.
He makes a wild dash into the passage. As he does so, a great clamour is heard from the arena, ending in wild applause. The gladiators listen and look inquiringly at one another.
What's up now?
What has happened, do you think?
What can happen? They are killing them, I suppose.
Androcles, running in through the passage, screaming with horror and hiding his eyes.
Androcles! Androcles, what's the matter?
Oh, don't ask me! Don't ask me! Something too dreadful! Oh!
He crouches by her and hides his face in her robe, sobbing. The call boy, rushing through the passage as before.
Ropes and hooks there! Ropes and hooks!
Well, need you excite yourself about it?
Another burst of applause. 2 slaves in Etruscan masks, with ropes and drag hooks, hurry in.
How many dead?
6!
The slave blows a whistle twice, and 4 more masked slaves rush through into the arena with the same apparatus.
And the basket! Bring the baskets!
The slave whistles 3 times, and runs through the passage with his companion.
What are the baskets for?
For the whip! He's in pieces! They're all in pieces, more or less.
Lavinia hides her face. 2 more masked slaves come in with a basket and follow the others into the arena, as the callboy turns to the gladiators and exclaims, exhausted.
Boys! He's killed the lot!
The Emperor, again bursting from his box, this time in an ecstasy of delight.
Where is he? Magnificent! He shall have a laurel crown.
Ferovius, madly waving his blood-stained sword, rushes through the passage in despair, followed by his co-religionists, and by the menagerie keeper, who goes to the gladiators. The gladiators draw their swords nervously.
Lost! Lost forever! I have betrayed my master. Cut off this right hand. It has offended. You have swords, my brethren. Strike!
No, no! What have you done, Ferovius?
I know not, but there was blood behind my eyes, and there's blood on my sword. What does that mean?
The Emperor, enthusiastically, on the landing outside the box.
What does it mean? It means that you are the greatest man in Rome. It means that you shall have a laurel crown of gold. Superb fighter, I could almost yield you my throne. It is a record for my reign. I shall live in history. Once, in Domitian's time, a Gaul slew 3 men in the arena and gained his freedom. But when before has one naked man slain 6 armed men of the bravest and best? The persecution shall cease. If Christians can fight like this, I shall have none but Christians to fight for me.
To the gladiators.
You are ordered to become Christians, you there. Do you hear?
It is all one to us, Caesar. Had I been there with my net, the story would have been different.
The captain, suddenly seizing Lavinia by the wrist and dragging her up the steps to the Emperor.
Caesar, this woman is the sister of Ferovius. If she is thrown to the lions, he will fret. He will lose weight, get out of condition.
The lions? Nonsense. Madam, I am proud to have the honour of making your acquaintance. Your brother is the glory of Rome.
But my friends here, must they die?
Die? Certainly not. There has never been the slightest idea of harming them. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all free. Pray go into the front of the house and enjoy the spectacle to which your brother has so splendidly contributed. Captain, oblige me by conducting them to the seats reserved for my personal friends.
Caesar, I must have one Christian for the lion. The people have been promised it, and they will tear their decorations to bits if they are disappointed.
True, true. We must have somebody for the new lion.
Throw me to him. Let the apostate perish.
No, no. You would tear him to pieces, my friend, and we cannot afford to throw away lions as if they were mere slaves. But we must have somebody. This is really extremely awkward.
Why not that little Greek chap? He's not a Christian, he's a sorcerer.
The very thing. He will do very well.
The call boy, issuing from the passage.
Number 12. The Christian for the new lion.
Androcles, rising and pulling himself sadly together.
Well, it was to be, after all.
I'll go in his place, Caesar. Ask the captain whether they do not like best to see a woman torn to pieces. He told me so yesterday.
There is something in that. There is certainly something in that. If only I could feel sure that your brother would not fret.
No, I should never have another happy hour. No, on the faith of a Christian and the honour of a tailor, I accept the lot that has fallen on me. If my wife turns up, give her my love, and say that my wish was that she should be happy with her next poor fellow. Caesar, go to your box and see how a tailor can die. Make way for number 12 there.
He marches out along the passage. The vast audience in the amphitheatre now sees the emperor re-enter his box and take his place as Androcles, desperately frightened, but still marching with piteous devotion, emerges from the other end of the passage and finds himself at the focus of thousands of eager eyes. The lion's cage, with the heavy portcullis grating, is on his left. The emperor gives a signal. A gong sounds. Androcles shivers at the sound, then falls on his knees and prays. The grating rises with a clash. The lion bounds into the arena. He rushes round, frisking in his freedom. He sees Androcles. He stops, rises stiffly by straightening his legs, stretches out his nose forward and his tail in a horizontal line behind, like a pointer, and utters an appalling roar. Androcles crouches and hides his face in his hands. The lion gathers himself for a spring, swishing his tail to and fro through the dust in an ecstasy of anticipation. Androcles throws up his hands in supplication to heaven. The lion checks at the sight of Androcles' face. He then steals towards him, smells him, arches his back, purrs like a motor car, finally rubs himself against Androcles, knocking him over. Androcles, supporting himself on his wrist, looks affrightedly at the lion. The lion limps on 3 paws, holding up the other as if it was wounded. A flash of recognition lights up the face of Androcles. He flaps his hand as if it had a thorn in it, and pretends to pull the thorn out and to hurt himself. The lion nods repeatedly. Androcles holds out his hands to the lion, who gives him both paws, which he shakes with enthusiasm. They embrace rapturously, finally waltz round the arena amid a sudden burst of deafening applause, and out through the passage, the emperor watching them in breathless astonishment until they disappear, when he rushes from his box and descends the steps in frantic excitement.
My friends, an incredible and amazing thing has happened. I can no longer doubt the truth of Christianity.
The Christians press to him joyfully.
This Christian sorcerer...
With a yell, he breaks off as he sees Androcles and the lion emerge from the passage, waltzing. He bolts wildly up the steps into his box and slams the door. All, Christians and gladiators alike, fly for their lives. The gladiators bolting into the arena, the others in all directions. The place is emptied with magical suddenness.
Now, I wonder why they all run away from us like that.
The lion, combining a series of yawns, purrs, and roars, achieves something very like a laugh. The emperor, standing on a chair inside his box and looking over the wall.
Sorcerer! I command you to put that lion to death instantly. It is guilty of high treason. Your conduct is most disgraceful.
The lion charges at him up the stairs.
Help!
He disappears. The lion rears against the box, looks over the partition at him, and roars. The emperor darts out through the door and down to Androcles, pursued by the lion.
Don't run away, sir. You can't help springing if you run.
He seizes the Emperor and gets between him and the lion, who stops at once.
Don't be afraid of him.
I am not afraid of him.
The lion crouches, growling. The Emperor clutches Androcles.
Keep between us.
Never be afraid of animals, your worship. That's the great secret. He'll be as gentle as a lamb when he knows that you are his friend. Stand quite still and smile, and let him smell you all over just to reassure him. For you see, he's afraid of you, and he must examine you thoroughly before he gives you his confidence. Come now, Tommy, and speak nicely to the Emperor, the great, good Emperor, who has the power to have all our heads cut off if we don't behave very, very respectfully to him.
The lion utters a fearful roar. The Emperor dashes madly up the steps, across the landing, and down again on the other side, with the lion in hot pursuit. Androcles rushes after the lion, overtakes him as he is descending, and throws himself on his back, trying to use his toes as a brake. Before he can stop him, the lion gets hold of the trailing end of the Emperor's robe.
Oh, bad, wicked Tommy, to chase the Emperor like that. Let go the Emperor's robe at once. Sir, where are your manners?
The lion growls and worries the robe.
Don't pull it away from him, your worship. He's only playing. Now I shall be really angry with you, Tommy, if you don't let go.
The lion growls again.
I'll tell you what it is, sir. He thinks you and I are not friends.
The Emperor, trying to undo the clasp of his brooch.
Friends? You infernal scoundrel.
The lion growls.
Don't let him go. Curse this brooch. I can't get it loose.
We mustn't let him lash himself into a rage. You must show him that you're my particular friend, if you will have the condescension.
He seizes the Emperor's hands and shakes them cordially.
Look, Tommy, the nice Emperor is the dearest friend Andy Wandy has in this whole world. He loves him like a brother.
You little brute. You damn filthy little dog of a Greek tailor. I'll have you burnt alive for daring to touch the divine person of the Emperor.
The lion roars.
Oh, don't talk like that, sir. He understands every word you say. All animals do. They take it from the tone of your voice.
The lion growls and lashes his tail.
I think he's going to spring at your worship. If you wouldn't mind saying something affectionate.
The lion roars. The Emperor, shaking Androcles' hands frantically.
My dearest Mr. Androcles, my sweetest friend, my long-lost brother, come to my arms.
He embraces Androcles.
Oh, what an abominable smell of garlic.
The lion lets go the robe and rolls over on his back, clasping his forepaws over one another coquettishly above his nose.
There, you see, your worship, a child might play with him now, see?
He tickles the lion's belly. The lion wriggles ecstatically.
Come and pet him.
I must conquer these unkingly terrors. Mind you don't go away from him, though.
He pats the lion's chest.
Oh, sir, how few men would have the courage to do that.
Yes, it takes a bit of nerve. Let us invite the court in and frighten them. Is he safe, do you think?
Quite safe now, sir.
What ho there! All who are within hearing return without fear. Caesar has tamed the lion.
All the fugitives steal cautiously in. The menagerie keeper comes from the passage with the other keepers, armed with iron bars and tridents.
Take those things away. I have subdued the beast.
He places his foot on it. Ferovius, timidly approaching the Emperor and looking down with awe on the lion.
It is strange that I, who fear no man, should fear a lion.
Every man fears something, Ferovius.
How about the Praetorian Guard now?
In my youth I worshipped Mars, the god of war. I turned from him to serve the Christian God. But today the Christian God forsook me, and Mars overcame me and took back his own. The Christian God is not yet. He will come when Mars and I are dust. But meanwhile, I must serve the gods that are, not the gods that will be. Until then, I accept service in the god, Caesar.
Very wisely said. All really sensible men agree that the prudent course is to be neither bigoted in our attachment to the old, nor rash and unpractical in our keeping an open mind for the new, but to make the best of both dispensations.
What do you say, Lavinia? Will you too be prudent?
Lavinia, on the stair.
No, I'll strive for the coming of the god who is not yet.
May I come and argue with you occasionally?
Yes, handsome captain, you may.
He kisses her hands.
And now, my friends, though I do not, as you see, fear this lion, yet the strain of his presence is considerable. For none of us can feel quite sure what he will do next.
Caesar, give us this Greek sorcerer to be a slave in the menagerie. He has a way with the beasts.
Not if they are in cages. They should not be kept in cages. They must all be let out.
I give this sorcerer to be a slave to the first man who lays hands on him.
The menagerie keeper and the gladiators rush for Androcles. The lion starts up and faces them. They surge back.
You see how magnanimous we Romans are, Androcles. We suffer you to go in peace.
I thank your worship. I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Come, Tommy, whilst we stand together, no cage for you, no slavery for me.
He goes out with the lion, everybody crowding away to give him as wide a berth as possible. End of Act 2. End of Androcles and the Lion by George Bernard Shaw.